Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gillen's Garage. Exciting day today, headed for another piece of the puzzle. Yep, headed for a, 2008 F350, which will donate its axle to the four-wheel drive swap that I've been wanting to do to Old Red back there. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content. You know, this is all Ford channel, and I try to keep a bit of variety on it. And I did a couple things to the truck. I'm excited about it. I'm hoping it pulls a little bit better. I was chasing a little bit of a gremlin, and I'll explain that once I pop the hood. But before I do that, I am happy to announce that I broke 750 subscribers earlier this week. And so that means I'm 75% of the way toward making a little bit of money. And who would have thought? I started this channel to have a little bit of fun. And so thanks to everybody who subscribed already. And hey, if you're watching this and you like all Fords and a little bit of variety in that in with the Fords, be sure to like, subscribe, do everything you're supposed to do. So thanks a lot, everybody. And here's another episode. Well, I figured I might as well just start inside since I had to pop the hood. But a couple of little things that just upset me. My bezel was cracked right here in the center, and a couple of the clips were broken off from previous owner or whatever, not knowing to take the screws out behind. It was cracked behind here, and something I had dealt with since I owned the truck. My dash pad used to be cracked over there, and ended up finding another dash pad, and so just basically cleaned up a couple of interior items on the punch list. And it really makes you feel better about your rig when it ain't all busted up. All right, so here we are under the hood. Now, in previous videos, I've talked about what I've done. I've used a early 99 Spider, and these are Carson Stauffer injector hot side and cool side pipes. I'm using the 99 intercooler, but I have an industrial injection 6689 drop-in turbo with a 1.0 AR exhaust housing and a 1.10 intake. And when I did this, I probably should have just deleted it right away, but as you can see here, I have the EPBV. Now say that 10 times fast. EPBV. Delete on this now. I don't really drive this truck in the wintertime, so why do I need that exhaust back pressure valve anyway? Because this truck is maybe 9 months out of the year, because I don't want to get it destroyed in the Pennsylvania salt. So anyhow, I put that on it, and I'm hoping that might drop the EGTs maybe 50. I don't know, but should flow a little bit better there. But if you see here, down here, those are the Ford factory replacement for the original kind of silicone, non-reinforced boots. Well, I'm pretty sure, based upon the condition of the boots when we took it out to do all this work. Oh, and I forgot. Yeah, my lift pump failed, which really, spurred on a lot of this work. So underneath that is a brand new Ford lift pump. Well, let me tell you what, guys. Sometimes it pays to buy straight from Ford. Went ahead, I was busy. I took this down to the mechanic, and he put a lift pump on it, which I know, should have done it myself too, but sometimes we're busy. So anyhow, dropped it off, wanted to get it done. He put a CarQuest lift pump on it. Now, I'm not knocking CarQuest because, it happens to any good parts place, but brand new CarQuest lift pump, straight out of the box, was leaking out of one of the weep holes. So he said, well, we're just going to get a Ford. Well, anyhow, trying to put the thing back together. These silicone, or these boots here, are quite a bit thicker than the original, and had a heck of a time getting it on. So everything I read said loosen the pedestal bolts on the turbo, see if things can go back. And I don't know, with that different turbo pedestal and the outlet changing things, this thing went together a lot easier. It's still a little bit of a struggle, because you can see how close the tolerance is. And I know a lot of you guys are probably doing the filter housing delete, and you wouldn't even put a lift pump, you'd do the E-pump and all that kind of stuff. But I just want to keep this thing a simple, good running truck. So I didn't want to spend a ton of money putting the E-pump on it and all that kind of stuff when a lot of guys are running this. And so I'm going to keep running it. But today we're going to find out if I got my boost leak fixed with those better boots, and if I see any difference with that exhaust back EBPV. Oh boy, I can't get that right. But anyhow, I'm rambling on. So got the old trailer hooked up back there. Thanks to my buddy Laren for letting me borrow that. You can see our little car trailer back there, and you know what? Yeah, the dually's not going to fit on that little thing. So today we're taking the deck over, and so I'm excited to see how the old girl works with that. So more to come. All right, everybody, I got her loaded. The old 7.3 looking pretty good. Even got the antique fire truck in the background, and of course the American flag. So, alrighty, well, we're gonna see how the truck does. Loaded down with a fair bit of weight. So, 2-hour drive back home, quite a few hills. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys. Well, it's a good thing I got the trailer loaded, because otherwise I found my next project. Oh yeah. All right, everybody, well, about 80 miles into the trip on the way back, and let me tell you, the improvements I've made have definitely made a difference. There definitely had to be a boost leak on that thing, because I've spent way more time in overdrive on this trip than I have in the last couple trips pulling a camper. And I'm definitely pulling a little bit more weight than the camper. So definitely on the right track. Getting ready to pull what we call Skytop Mountain outside of State College. And still in overdrive, but I'm gonna probably end up having to grab 4th gear, but still doing pretty good. So here I am, I'm pulling what, like 65 mile an hour, making 14 pounds boost or so here and there. Running 1100 EGTs plus or minus 2700 RPMs. right, guys. Well, let me tell you what. I couldn't be happier with old Red here today. I think I really got a nagging boost leak issue fixed with those new boots from the intake spider down. I'm telling you, the truck pulled way better than it has in the past. And so I just couldn't be happier. So I got the new parts truck unloaded, and let me tell you what, non-working trucks right here, man. The skid steer, what a lifesaver. Absolute lifesaver. Push the thing up, get it situated to back in the shop, start ripping this thing apart. Parts are going to be for sale off of this old girl. So if you're looking for anything, let me know. I got a couple of guys interested in a couple of pieces, but we'll see what I need. Now again, this is a cab and chassis truck, so I won't be able to use the rear, but it's a 373 front axle. And you know what? I have a 373 10 1/4 Sterling in this now that we took the 410s out. And you know, for the longest time I was like, I might go back to the 410s because you know, I was just having issues. I was having the boost leak problem, and so I just really wasn't firing the turbo very well, and so I kind of attribute it to the 373s and the deeper overdrive with the ZF6, and I just wasn't happy. Well, let me tell you, today with this load and that borrowed tilt deck trailer, thanks again, Laren, and with that being a fairly heavy trailer, the thing towed great. I was able to stay in overdrive quite a bit, dropped down to one steep grade. I mean, we're in Pennsylvania, and I was on, what, 422. There's some pretty steep little hills on there. I did drop down to third gear at one point because it was just a, you know, pretty good grade. And but otherwise, oil temperatures were good. EGTs, I think I saw like 1300 one time. I pushed a little too hard before I downshifted. But otherwise, it wasn't out of control like I was dealing with. So maybe I'll stick with the 373s. I have a regular pickup truck 410 dually rear out of a 05 and newer truck, a disc brake rear. But again, it's 410, so I guess now I'm shopping for a 373 rear, or I'm still on the fence, because if I put a bigger tire on this when I go there, my 373 is going to drop down, my effective gear ratio is going to change. So I don't know, still on the fence, but I'm going to park this old girl out, hopefully stick with the 373s, because I don't want to run a real big tire, but I'm short, so I got to keep my trucks a little closer to the ground. It's a struggle to get in the big ones. So stay tuned for the next one. Hey, if you guys like what you see, remember, hit that like and subscribe button, and look for more content on the old Red here, or the 6.9. Let me get my finger. Hey, there we go. The 6.9 IDI van, or in the corner over here. Whoa, see, I'm really tough. That's really hard to do. The Cummins van, I made a little progress on that. If you guys follow me on Facebook, posted a couple of pictures. I got the rear end painted and the front control arms, and so I'm reaching into new territory for me. I never painted before, and so I'm building that project just one piece at a time, like the old Johnny Cash song. But hey, this one here, this is our tow rig, and it's a little bit different. That one's funded by the Scrapping Project. This one's funded by, you know, with a little help from the Mrs. Gillen Fund and our fund. So it's easier to order parts for this one because we need to keep it on the road. The other one, if it takes me a little bit longer, hey, it takes me a little bit longer. But hopefully you guys are digging what I'm doing. You know, there's a lot of channels out there, and I'm pretty much Ford exclusive. So, okay, no, I'm Ford exclusive, unless I'm hauling something on the trailer, and that's purely for scrap, and I don't count that. I don't really own those, but hopefully you guys like what I got going on. And thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.